Okay, so we're out at Kernan Loch this morning, folks. It's very windy, so I hope the sound's okay. Extremely windy, actually. I'm hoping if we can get a bit of colour in the sky behind us. Might get somewhat of a sunrise shot, but being Northern Ireland, you never really know what you're going to get. So yeah, once again, just testing out the lumix s5ii, seeing how it behaves. The video quality is absolutely flawless in my opinion. I mean, I'm new to video, but it seems to be working very well. Certainly can't complain. And I've also brought out this morning a Nikon d60 that was gifted to me, 16-year-old DSLR camera, just to see, can you really tell a massive difference on the likes of YouTube and social media and things like that? Is there a substantial difference in newer cameras or older cameras? Because really, it's not all about having the best gear. It's simply about getting out, shooting, and making an image. And I really do believe that you do not need the best gear to do this. Anyone can do this. You just got a bit of time, bit of patience, go out, set up a tripod, landscape stuff especially. There is, I'll go through settings and all I'm using this morning. And there is a real way to do this. It's very simple. You don't need to stress loads over settings, shutter speeds, things like that. You got a tripod. It is very, very doable with older gear, as hopefully you'll prove this morning. So we're going to go around here as far as we can, see if we can get some of that colour in the sky. Okay folks, so just a very simple shot set up here. What we have, obviously I set my aperture to get a maximum depth of field, so I've got it here about f16. I set my ISO to the lowest possible, which is 100, and then that's going to give us a shutter speed of 1.3 seconds. I could put on an ND filter, etc., but to be honest, the water's moving quite quick here, and I am still going to get a little blur in it. So we've got our timer set, because I want to take away any shutter shake or anything from the camera. I mean, you don't realise it, but even when you press the shutter, you are introducing a slight bit of shake. So you just want to give it a few seconds, get rid of that shake. And obviously we'll bring these shadows up in post. We'll see what we get from there. Okay, so what I've done now is you can see here, I've moved the camera to a lower angle. I'm trying to get a little bit of the colour reflection in the water. And then I'm still shooting at about 1.5 seconds here, just trying to get to smooth the water a bit. It's quite windy, so the water's moving quite fast, so that should smooth out the water. Just go in here and see what I'm doing. The one thing you will find is when you're out doing things like this, the light changes so fast. It's constantly, like, you wouldn't believe how quick the light changes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up the Nikon D600 or D60, sorry, 16-year-old DSLR camera, and see what sort of image it produces, and then obviously I'll show them at the end of the video. I think the results will be quite interesting, so we'll take it from there. Okay, so now I've got the Nikon camera set up. Going to take a few shots. The light is changing slightly, so they're not going to be identical. It is a very basic shot, but just literally want to see the difference. It's really more of a comparison today, just to see if you can shoot landscape, if you can shoot nice images with very old gear. I mean, this thing is 16 years old. And I'm just going to show you, if you want to do this, you want to do photography, there's nothing stopping you. Image made with a 16-year-old camera. Just show my settings there. So we're still getting about 1.6, 1.3 seconds. And you can see that the water is just slightly blurred out, which is what we really want. As I said, it is going to be a very basic shot. And the light is very quickly starting to disappear here. Not sure it's at the start, but we're in Kernan Lock and Bridge. Beautiful location, especially if you get a bit of colour in the sky. So that's me finished for this morning. Just very simple shots, just a quick comparison really. I just really want to see what the camera is capable of, the 16-year-old Nikon camera. I also tried to get a sunrise shot. Not too sure if it really worked out or not. It says wasn't much in the foreground or anything like that, but kind of just a nice basic photograph. And they said, you gotta remember when you're going out, they don't all have to be absolute bangers. It's about getting out with the camera. The more you use the camera, the more you shoot, you're going to get better at it. For anyone that's only starting this and doing some landscape, the best thing to do is follow the same process every time. Is set up your shot, set up a tripod, compose the shot. At that point, put your ISO to the lowest possible. Put your aperture to anywhere from f8 to f16, depending on how much depth of field you want. And from there, you can even let the camera decide the shutter speed, because you're on a tripod, so the shutter speed is really irrelevant unless you're in the long exposure, etc. And then but you don't need to worry about camera shake or anything like that. You just set the shutter speed to whatever it needs to be to expose your image properly. It's that simple, and you press the shutter, and that's the start if you're taking landscape photos. You know, it is a lot slower process, and you can just relax, take your time, set the camera up. So anyone looking to do this, anyone even thinking about doing landscape stuff, just grab a tripod, grab your camera and go and do it. That's my best advice, because the more you shoot, you're going to get better at this. You know, and these shots today I took, I mean, they're certainly not fantastic photographs, but it's just be interesting to see the difference, because I generally believe the camera is just a tool, and yes, to a degree, the more technologies in them, it makes the job easier. But it doesn't mean you can't make a fantastic photograph with something with 10 megapixels at 16 years old. Of course you can still make a photograph. And for sharing online, for Facebook, Instagram, things like that, no one's really going to be able to tell the difference, I don't think. So it'll be quite interesting to see the results. So we'll go back to the computer and we'll get the raw files uploaded and we'll take it from there. See what the difference, if any. I sort of hope there is some sort of difference. Otherwise, why did I pay like 1,800 quid for a camera? But we'll see what happens, and I'll show you the results.